Hey everyone, I am Christeria Lynn and I am here with Miss Breyonna. And we are coming to you because I want to share with you all a little bit more about my story and about what I do. So I am a single mom of 6. 2 of my children are grown, the other 4 are living in a household. I've been through a lot in life. So if you haven't read my book, From Desperation to Destiny, I would advise you get it. You can order it off of Amazon. But also, most of you don't know, I was molested when I was a young girl. I was kidnapped and I was raped. I was in a physical and emotional abusive marriage, which literally changed my life forever. From that marriage, I became very desperate for a couple of reasons. Desperate to get out of the marriage, desperate to get away from what I was attached to, and also desperate to provide a better life for me and for my children. And so from there, I had got my income tax refund check, and I took $2,000 from that income tax refund check, and I started an award-winning cleaning business. From that cleaning business, I started helping other people grow their business because I grew that business so fast. And so from there, I started a business consulting and development company called Christeria Lynn LLC. So that is the reason why I'm here today. I'm here with the beautiful Breyonna. And what I do, I help single moms and I turn them into successful entrepreneurs. So I was introduced to Bree about 2 months ago. I want Bree to tell you a little bit about her background and her story so you can get acquainted with her.
Well, hi, I'm Bree again. I actually have 5 children. I'm a young mother of the 5 children. I'm 25 myself. I have 4 girls and 1 boy. I have had a kind of rough journey growing up, having a single mother of 4 children, and then trying to just find my own, spot in life, I guess you could call it, trying to figure out where to find love, ended up in all the wrong places at all the wrong times, dealing with some crazy things as far as, domestic abuse and sexual abuse, things of that sort. But I've learned over the time how to overcome it, how to accept my past as well as learn from it, and just learn how to develop my own future and not let my past define me. So now where I'm at is I'm trying, like she said, to be an entrepreneur.
No, we're not trying. You are.
I am.
Because she officially started her business yesterday.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I actually am starting my own cleaning company. It's called Cam's Cleaning Services. And she's actually helping me try to, find my way through it all, because it's very tedious. You have to do a lot of research. It's a lot of documents. It's a lot of stuff. But when she was brought into my life, I was at a point where enough was enough. Like, it had to be a change. Something had to give. You finally, when you grow up, kind of how I grew up, you get to a point where you are tired. You're tired of struggling. You're tired of being given what people just want you to have, and you want to take back your freedom, your independence, your life. And I think that it was kind of like a God's, heaven sent kind of duo. Only because I was really at that point where I was asking around, someone help me, somebody help me, because I don't know where I want to, how to get where I want to go, but I know where I want to go. That's when I met her, and ever since then she's been guiding me with my personal life as well as my professional needs, trying to help me figure it all out. And it's a process, but she got my back, and I know God has my back.
And I just want to interject to what she was saying. A lot of times, even as entrepreneurs, I think sometimes what we fail to understand, and sometimes we get into this business and we have to understand that our personal life affects our professional life. And so I think it's very important that you take the time out, whatever the issues are, and we all have them, whatever our flaws are, we all have them, that we have to take the time out to get those personal things in order, so when we do have that professional life and we start flourishing in that professional life, that we don't have to stop and start doing some stuff over. I was once told that either you find the time to do it right, or you make the time to do it over. So with me personally, I always find the time to do it right. When I was introduced to Bree, that she called me, and I'm like, and when I spoke to her, I literally got chills and tears in my eyes, because what I saw in Bree is what I saw in me. I'm not perfect, far from perfect, but I saw so much in Bree. She was a young girl. She had these 5 kids, and she had this drive and she had this ambition, but she just didn't have the direction. And so pretty much I stepped into Bree's life. And so I want you, so what made me really happy and what really made me want to do this is because I was texting Bree, and Bree was not, she didn't respond. I'm like, where's she at? But you know, in this business, people fall off, you know, so I didn't really think anything of it. And so about a month later, because I think I've been working with Bree 2 months, about a month later, she's like, hey, Miss Chris, I misplaced your number or whatever. She's like, but I did everything you told me to do. So I don't know if you feel comfortable with telling them, but about the payment and all that other kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm telling you, it literally brought tears to my eyes, because I don't coach people just because it's something for me to do. I coach people to change their lives, because when I got my life, and of course we're always getting our lives together, but when I started getting my life together, it became my mission and my passion and my purpose to help other single mothers get their lives together, because it's a process, it's a journey. You know, as they say, it takes a village, you know what I'm saying? And so I know that I would have been further in life if I had someone just step in and say, this is how you do this is how you do that. Don't go here, don't go there. And you know, sometimes you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, life is pretty much about your life is based off of the decisions that you make, the good and bad. The bad decisions that you make, there's consequences to them. The good decisions that you make, there's consequence to that. You have the ability to decide what you want your future to look like. And that's based off of what you do and the decisions that you make. So let's go back to what we were saying. So Bree, I don't know, just share whatever. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. I don't want you to feel anything. But when Bree called me, I called my mentor, and I was like literally in tears, because she had got so much accomplished. And then what she got accomplished, it just amazed me. It just amazed me.
Okay, so the situation that I approached her with when I first met her, you know, kind of when we went over the overview of the things that I wanted to do, the things that I was struggling with, she wanted to immediately help me with what I was struggling with. One of the things that were like a really scary process for me was one of my daughter's fathers. He was actually the one that I was in the domestic dispute with, or the domestic relationship with. And I felt like I had been running for him for it's been about 6 years. And it didn't get easier for me. And it's like everywhere I turned, I couldn't get help. It's like I tried to go to the police, I tried to run myself, I've tried to move, I've tried to change my number, my address, block, the whole 9. When I met Christeria, he wasn't paying child support. He still was continuing to pop up. It just got really, you know, scary. I had other people come into my house. It just was a mess. And, you know, she gave me a couple things that basically like homework to do to try to put a stop and put a wedge between, letting him know, like, I'm not playing with you. You have to leave me alone. And those things kind of were just trying to go after, because once again, I had already went through the police. And it's things that a lot of us, like, that we're not really in tune with, things like that we don't know that we can do as victims, as women, as mothers. And, you know, Christeria helped me figure those things out, which were, one, obtaining the documentation that we were supposed to have a no contact order. She pointed me in the right direction so that I could get a physical copy in my hand, because it was not given to me, as well as sending me in the direction to how could I go about you know, pursuing legal actions towards him, and continuing to deal with me, continuing to talk to me, because every time I dealt with the police myself, they kept telling me, oh, there was basically nothing I could do but move. But when she told me that I did have other options, I explored those options and found out that there was other ways that I could do. She also even helped me out when it came down to receiving child support to help out with my daughter that I had been financially taken care of by myself while going through the mess.
Yes, I want to high five, because that's what it's about.
Yes.
We got to get them streams of income coming in.
Yes, because it helps. Even if it's a little bit, it helps.
Yes.
Anything will help. So she basically gave me some things that I needed to do to help me out legally, to help me out personally, and even help me out by just talking to me to kind of overcome what I was feeling on the inside, because unless you're actually in that situation, you really don't know how it would make you feel or what you would do in that situation. Because I was also one of those girls who sat back and was like, I would never, until I got in that position. Exactly. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, it changed my life. And I could honestly say it changed my life for the worse and for the better, because it made me find a different me. And yes, even though at the beginning it was kind of scary finding that new me, especially with the process that I had to go through, but it's a beautiful thing when you learn to not only overcome your struggles and the pain, but also to learn to use it as motivation and not your downfall. And she was actually the one that kind of, listening to her story and having her give me these homework and having her just talk me through it and telling me, no, I don't care what they're saying, this is what you can do. It kind of made me feel empowered, like I actually had a voice, like I actually had a way to keep going. And I was just like, okay, so I got this. Like, okay, I got it.
You got it, and she got it. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you for trusting me, to help you through the process. So I just wanted to share with you all exactly what it is I do and some of the people that I'm helping. And again, this is not just about me. My mission and my purpose is to really be able to help single moms overcome those personal and those professional obstacles so they can succeed in life. So this will conclude. We will be back with more. But I want you to, and Bree, I know we mentioned this before, she started her business yesterday. So Bree started a cleaning company. She's going to be coming to a place near you. We're going to advertise her business. You're going to let her clean your house, your business, and whatever it is that she's doing.
The dirty clothes that's in the corner. I got that.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.